Prime Minister unveils plans for a new Jamaica, takes decisive action on corruption allegations, and discusses security, energy and investment with the United States. You're watching Jamaica House Weekly. I'm Lorraine Mendez. Stay with us.
In this budget that we have presented between the Minister of Finance and myself, I believe there is something in there for every category, every sector, every interest.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness making his contribution to the budget debate in Parliament Tuesday. Among the announcements made are changes at the National Housing Trust (NHT), which become effective May 1. All NHT mortgages will see a 1% reduction in their mortgage rates. The loan ceiling has increased from $5.5 million to $6.5 million. The income bands have been widened to allow more mortgages to access loans. NHT has increased the construction loan limit for NHT serviced lots and introduced an intergenerational mortgage scheme.
Now is the time to build house. Now is the time to buy house. Now is the time to make that critical investment in your life.
The Prime Minister said the NHT would be spending $2.5 billion to upgrade 49 housing schemes across the island. 16 projects have already started in 7 parishes, while the other 33 will get underway in the 2019-20 fiscal year. The Prime Minister also announced plans to initiate the Greater Infrastructure Development Program GIDP once the Major Infrastructure Development Program MIDP comes to a close. He said while funding for the GIDP is being sought, the government has earmarked several areas for improvement. They include a ring road around the Kingston metropolitan area, construction of several bypasses, upgrading of drains, improvements to the Halfway Tree area, and an extension of the Mandela Highway improvement works towards the Old Harbour Road roundabout. On the matter of national security, the Prime Minister told the House that he would be taking new legislation to the House of Representatives to deal with threats posed by gangs and guns. The legislation, Mr. Holness said, would create an intermediary extraordinary power to assist the police and the military.
This is not a capacity that can be arbitrarily used. There must be systems, rules, procedures, accountability in how the capacity we acquire is used. Jamaica is not a banana republic.
During his budget debate, Prime Minister Andrew Holness unveiled a new system of appointing boards for public bodies and agencies. There will now be a competency profile specific to each public board, a database of candidates, and a fit test conducted before Cabinet's approval of membership to a board.
Now is the time to be optimistic about the future. Now is the time to build the new Jamaica which we all desire.
On Wednesday, the Prime Minister announced that Minister without portfolio in the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, Carl Samuda, is now in charge of the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information. Minister Samuda's oversight will be in effect for up to 2 months. That's while a review of the operations of the Education Ministry and its agencies by the Office of the Prime Minister is ongoing. Minister Samuda's temporary appointment became necessary following Wednesday morning's resignation of Ruel Reid from the Cabinet and the Senate amidst corruption allegations.
It is important that the country is assured that the government is serious about dealing with issues having to do with the good governance of their affairs, allegations of corruption, malfeasance, maladministration, and that we set a standard of accountability that cannot be questioned.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness said the Permanent Secretary at the Education Ministry has been instructed to give a full report of the functioning of the ministry. He also gave some assurances.
The operations will continue unimpeded, and I am expecting that the new exams, the PEP, will go off without any difficulty.
Minister Samuda gave a similar assurance to the Ministry of Education staff when he paid them a visit on Thursday. While commending ministry staff for their service, Minister Samuda pledged to work with them to ensure continued public confidence in its operations. He said focus would be placed on identifying and addressing any weaknesses found in accordance with the principles of good governance. By Thursday, Prime Minister Andrew Holness was in New Kingston to welcome the island's newest housing development. Dubbed the Cambridge, the $4 billion 176-unit apartment complex is being developed by Guardian Life. As he lauded the Guardian Group for the investment in housing, the Prime Minister challenged other private sector entities to assist in the transformation of Kingston.
Kingston's carrying capacity, in terms of population, could be well over 1 million people. Could be well over 1 million. But the truth is that half of the population almost leaves every night and comes in every morning. What you want for a city, for it to be vibrant and growing, you want the population to live, eat, sleep, play, do business right here.
Prime Minister Holness left the island Thursday for Florida to attend the Caribbean Leaders Summit Friday. Among those in attendance were U.S. President Donald Trump and leaders of the Bahamas, Haiti, St. Lucia, and the Dominican Republic. Discussions focused on security, energy, and investments. During Friday's meeting, the Prime Minister expressed his hopes for future relationships between both countries.
We look forward to discussions on energy, on trade, but on security as well. We look forward to discussing regional issues to do with the peace and stability of the region and how we can move forward with the prosperity of our people.
Prime Minister Holness's delegation included National Security Minister Dr. Horace Chang and the Office of the Prime Minister's Director of Communications, Robert Morgan. While he was on assignment, Industry and Commerce Minister Audley Shaw was in charge of the government. And that's how we close out Jamaica House Weekly. Be sure to join us next time for more of the news coming out of the Office of the Prime Minister.